1st of July took us to Urth Caffé at the Orange Circle, which I'd never been to before. There was a little bit of a wait to order and find somewhere to sit, but the food and coffee was worth it. I ordered a hot mocha and the acai sorbet waffles with bananas, strawberries, and Nutella on top. Carl ordered the huevos rancheros. I could eat this breakfast all summer long. It was so delicious. I think about it almost daily. I really enjoyed the organic coffee and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I ended up asking for a to-go cup so I could take it with me to the circle. After breakfast, Carl and I went to one of my favorite shops called The Potting Shed, and they recently expanded the upstairs space to have crystals, plants, and other miscellaneous home decor items. Hello from Wild Rivers in Irvine. Oddly enough, this was actually my very first job ever when I was 14. Not at this exact location. That has since long been demolished and turned into residential apartments and condos. That was over near the Irvine Spectrum. This is the new water park that's been built at the, I think, Irvine Great Park area. This is my first time here, Carl's first time here. We've already gone on, I guess, a few attractions. The lazy river, it's called something else, I think like Congo River, and the wave pool. And we already had lunch. I had a slice of cheese pizza and
I had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
It was okay. It did the job, I think, in my opinion. I think Carl's was a little cold, in my opinion, because it's new now where it's not really made to order. It's made in advance and then you kind of go and pick it up and then you pay before you leave. And we actually have a cashless payment option. Mine is on my ankle right now. Carl's wearing his, they only had like the extra large sizes left. So that's a really neat feature, just because we're pretty much walking around going into pools, and I actually went to the locker just now to grab my phone, get some shots. So it's nice to have the cashless option so that if we need water or just want to get a snack or something, we can easily just go and pay for it and not have to worry about money or just walking literally across the whole park to go back to the locker. So that's a nice feature.
It's like a magic band, but less cool looking.
I mean, I think it's still cool. You don't get to keep this. You do have to return it before you leave the exit. There are a lot of brand new rides that I may or may not go on. I know Carl wants to go on them. I'm not that much of a daredevil. I honestly could just stick to the wave pool and the lazy river. Like, that's my kind of vibe. But we are here. Carl did pay for the tickets, so I think I should go on a few at least of the inner tube rides with him while we're here and enjoy this summer day and Carl's day off. So yeah, gonna put the phone back in the locker. We did buy a waterproof case, but I don't trust myself and I don't trust fate. So I'm probably not going to get footage going on rides just because I don't want to take a chance. So we'll have to give our review of rides later. I got Carl nice matching rash guards. And we also got new sunglasses, and I got hats and water shoes because I refuse to walk around barefoot and burn my feet or step on any bees because I'm allergic. There's Carl's water shoes. Boop. And there's the there's the cashless band because it's too big for my wrist, so it's on my ankle. So I think we are done with the wave pool and the lazy river for the last time today. I think we're gonna get some Dippin' Dots now, and then unfortunately Carl did hurt his elbow when we were in the wave pool, so I'm not sure if we're gonna go on any of the big attractions before we leave today. I think it's getting closer to 5 at this point, and the park closes at 7. Oh, this Dippin' Dots may be closed because I don't see anybody. We'll have to figure it out. But yeah, Dippin' Dots, like tradition at Wild Rivers, at least ever since I have been going to Wild Rivers as a kid. So it's nice that it's here still. So hopefully it's not a disappointment. So this is different than I've ever seen it. It comes in this like package with the spoon. Maybe it's because they're trying to get rid of like the plastic cups.
Yeah.
But this should be interesting. And we got the chocolate chip cookie dough to share. So we're sitting near one of the main food areas just outside, I guess what they call the grill. And it's funny because I was a cashier and I mainly served and worked at the like main food hub. And it's totally different now than what I experienced. I mean, times are different, times have changed. It's been almost 2 decades. So, the food, going back, since I didn't have my camera when we ate, I had the slice of pizza. It was fine. I think I would have rated it like a 6 out of 10. It did the job, but it wasn't amazing. Carl's Philly cheesesteak, if I were eating it, it was cold, but the flavors were decent. No wait, I got them switched. Carl's Philly cheesesteak, 6 out of 10 because it was cold, and then my piece of pizza, plain cheese, 7 out of 10. And then we just got Doritos to share and a blue raspberry lemonade, which was decent. I really like the bands for the cashless payments so that you don't have to worry about going back to get your wallet, walking all the way back to the lockers from the main food area is literally on the opposite end of the park. I mean, it's not a massive park, but especially during lunch hour, if you don't want to have to waste time, it's really convenient to just tap and go. So I like that. There's not a lot of seating, so that's one strike. And I would also say my second strike is that you can't bring in your own water, because someone like me with chronic migraine issues, I need to stay hydrated, especially with my medication. I think you're allowed to bring in like a sealed, like factory sealed water, but it's just not enough water for me to have like one single, what is it, like 16 ounce or whatever from the store. That's not sufficient. So you're pretty much forced to use the drinking fountains here, which it's not going to be ice cold in the heat of the Southern California weather, or you're obligated to pay $5 for their Dasani like 16 ounce. So that's my second strike. Third strike, this is just personal for me. Like there are some decorative things that I feel like they could have stepped up, considering that they had the opportunity to completely start from scratch with this park. It's a little too plain, and you can like see brick walls, and I don't know. It's a little too plain versus like what I'm used to at Disney. You're completely immersed, and I feel like even at the old Wild Rivers there was a sense of immersiveness there, and like this tropical hideaway that I don't necessarily get from here. And it's just completely open, and you can see like the infrastructure, and I don't know. It was just a little thing. So those are my 3 strikes. Really hot. Just spent some time at the storage unit, as you can see behind me. It's probably like 1,000 degrees in Southern California this week. We wanted to come early before Carl has to go to work today, and I'm trying to declutter the storage unit and find some stuff to post online to sell. Just trying to declutter and hopefully get some items to a new home, and Carl is getting some stuff to take back to the house. Video games, I guess.
This is gonna go with my other Famicom stuff is at the library right now because I've been doing retro games days, and so this somehow got separated from the other Famicom box. So
alrighty, put it back where it belongs.
Yep.
Where are the keys? Because I gotta turn on the air.
You want air conditioning in this temperature?
Yes, 5,000 degrees. So now we're gonna go to the store and then go home, and get back in the AC. Alrighty, hello. Look at us matching with our fans.
It's that hot.
It is really warm. So we're passing through DCA, just had a nice lovely meal at Lamplight Lounge. I just forgot for a moment. Yeah, the boardwalk, and we're celebrating Julia's birthday, and we're just making our way through DCA to go to Disneyland. And I can't remember what time it is, but we may even catch, if I'm thinking about it, if we go really quick, we might see Magic Happens. So I don't know if we can walk that fast, but we'll see. having a little treat. I didn't have, well, I did have that big cake shake from Black Tap on 4th of July. So I had plenty of sugar already in my system that day. So I didn't get this cupcake on the 4th of July. So I'm happy it's still here. So I'm gonna try one of my favorite Disney cupcakes. So here we go. So we just got off our favorite, Snow White, and saw Julia's favorite, Tiny Prince. It's interesting because the last time I went on the ride, the very last scene, like the main kiss and everything, was completely dark. Like it wasn't working. I was like, what? It's like the main point of the ride and it wasn't working. Like, what the heck? But it was working now. So, okay. Still really warm. My fan was out for the count. So, I'm not sure if we're gonna be heading out, if we're done for the day, but we're heading through the castle. Oh, that's a nice breeze. It's been a nice day. It's been hot. It's been nice spending time with Julia. There's the castle. Oh, I was going to say, there's some construction happening right now in Fantasyland, but some stuff is like alternating. Like Peter Pan is back, but I think Alice is gone now, just for a little bit of refurbishment. So things are constantly changing around this time.
Single rider on Space Mountain.
Yes, they do have single rider for Space Mountain.
You want to do Space Mountain single rider before you go home?
Sure, we just might not be able to sit with each other if you're okay with that. But sure, we can do Space Mountain. Haven't done that in a little while. I think the last time was May.
Yeah, I think doesn't like single rider, so she won't go on it.
We can do that. All right, so we're going to Space Mountain. I'm obsessed with this jacket. I want it. It's $80. I would get my discount, but right now I need to be a little bit more conservative than I normally am with my money. So I'm gonna walk away, and like Julia says, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And so I'm hopefully going to come back, and hopefully it'll still be here in a few weeks.
It will be there.
Bye bye bye. It had been a long time since I had spent a good amount of time at Pixar Pier, so Carl and I decided to go on Jesse's Critter Carousel, which did not have as long of a wait as King Arthur's carousel would. Carl chose to ride the backwards skunk, and I took the animal next to him, which may or may not be a vulture. I'm not quite sure. Never noticed this cute water fountain feature that's right by the Jesse's Critter Carousel. This is perfect for a hot summer day. Woo! I could lay in it. perfect Disney treat for a hot summer day will always be a Dole Whip. Sadly, they still have not brought back the raspberry flavor, so I settled with strawberry, which was still yummy. Carl ordered the OG pineapple and got some pineapple juice as well. What are you getting, the large?
Yeah.
Yay! It's so cute.
Yes.
Yes. Here at the fair, and it's very, very warm. We came Sunday, July 30th, so it's not like the beginning of the fair, it's more towards like the end. And we came in the late afternoon. Traffic was not that great. But we're here, and this is Carl's first time ever to the OC Fair. I grew up going to the fair pretty much every single summer that I can think of. So this is very, very much like home to me, and it's great that Carl gets to experience this tradition, and we're gonna explore and see what new treats we can have, and maybe some fun stuff in the hangars. So let's see what we can explore.